Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Two Drunk Guys Watch. My name is Rory MacLeod. I'm your host, and with me for this episode is Sean Dicken. Say hi, Sean.
Hey.
And what are we drinking tonight?
Some kind of whiskey.
Some kind of whiskey, huh? That's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Dewar's White Label. Very nice.
Mine just says Trader Joe's, aged 10 years.
Trader Joe special. All right. As everyone knows who's been watching this season of Two Drunk Guys Watch, we will be watching some shorts for this episode. We have a short called Safety with Animals and another short called Molly Grows Up. I have not seen either of these at all, so it'll be new to me, which should be exciting. Have you seen either one of these, Sean?
I don't believe so.
All right, well...
I'll find out.
Everyone grab a drink and get ready for our first commercial.
Univac, the giant electronic brain made only by Remington Rand, takes business statistics from magnetic tape, letters, numbers, and punctuation
Very nice.
marks.
Ooh, the animation, look at that.
Through its electronic circuits at phenomenal speed.
Is that the kind of animation you did back in the day?
Then
oh, yeah.
Printed checks in a flash. Over
I still kind of do this kind of
checks
stuff.
an hour with this high-speed printer. Univac leads the field of electronic computing.
Those guys look so bored.
As opposed to what kind of computing? Is there other kinds? All right. Safety with Animals. 19, what is that? 61. Pretty good at reading the Roman numerals still.
Yeah, that's good. You know, LXI. Back in LXI.
Back in the LXI days. Oh, La Mesa.
Oh, nice.
We know a little about La Mesa.
Spring Valley.
Not that much, but...
Learning to be around animals safely
The death dog.
opens the door to much that is fun and rewarding.
He'll be gnawing on a kid's bones here in about 5 minutes.
Is that Zeus
If you
or
understand
Apollo?
an animal,
Very
you're not
nice.
afraid of it.
The Magnum PI reference,
Knowledge
very
and
nice.
skill are the keys.
And it's good to have that
safety
dog
around
with him for
animals.
the rattlesnakes.
Yes. They can tag team
To
on the
get a
kid.
close look at a wild bird or animal is a
How'd you
rare
have that wild
experience.
bird?
Vicious.
Few wild animals, such as foxes,
All right, kid, line up for your rabies. Here we go.
unless we try to touch or to catch them.
All right. Got that thing out of my paw.
Only occasional wild animals will try to hurt anyone if not cornered.
Unless they get pissed.
Only the
Sometimes
occasional
an owl
wild
will
animals
attack
won't get
anything it
pissed.
sees moving.
Quick,
And
get your
big owls,
Tootsie Roll
It is
pop.
best to watch quietly and from a
That guy
distance.
knows.
He knows.
Bears, even young cubs that look so cute, may bite and claw just out of meanness.
They may rip your face off, kids.
So do some raccoons.
Raccoons.
And they also may carry
Really? Do you
disease.
think they bite and scratch out of
So do
meanness?
squirrels
Yes.
and other
Not
wild
because they're
rodents.
defending themselves?
Many sicknesses can
usually the
come
rabies.
from handling them. In fact, the only rodents safe to handle are those that have been bred and raised
These
for
things
pets
that carry the
or
bubonic
for
plague.
laboratory work. A few wild animals are poisonous.
Yeah, you may want to stay away from the venomous
This
ones.
scorpion has a poison sac near a stinger in his tail. This is a very close view of a poisonous
Anything that
spider
appears as a Spider-Man
black
villain, you should avoid.
with the characteristic marking on the underside of the
Yeah,
body.
those things are terrifying.
It's Natasha Romanoff.
Oh, there we go.
This snake is poisonous.
Where's Zeus to help out?
Mm.
Get him, Zeus.
4 types
Or
of
Ricky Tikki
poisonous
Tavi.
snakes are found in North America.
Didn't
And
we
this
watch
is
that
a
movie, The
poisonous
Stranglers of Bombay, with the
A Gila
snakes?
monster.
Yeah.
Didn't they have a mongoose in there?
Yet, if you know them,
Yeah, that's I
most
mentioned
kinds of
Ricky
wild
Tikki Tavi.
lizards
Oh, yeah,
are
yeah,
hardly
okay,
to
yeah.
handle
I'm a
and
one-trick
make into
wonder.
pets.
It's okay.
Experts say
That's not a
reptiles
Komodo
are
dragon.
the
That was a
only
trick of the
wild
camera.
animals you can
Yeah.
take young and raise and keep safe.
Leave me alone, kid.
Reptiles are
Reptiles.
not often
This guy's pronunciations are hilarious.
and they don't turn mean suddenly when they mature, as most wild mammals
I'm surprised
do.
he didn't go with mature.
Some snakes are safe to handle and make into pets.
Some snakes are anacondas, and they'll strangle you to
approach them,
death.
Is this
How to
video
pick
about
them
how
up.
to turn a wild animal into a
and
pet?
how to hold
It
them.
may be.
With these few exceptions,
Here's a young
wild
Sean Dicken
animals
handling
are
a
best
snake.
enjoyed by watching, not handling.
Wow.
Just as with wild animals, when around strange domestic animals,
Strange horses,
it is wise to watch from a safe distance.
like right
Most
next to it.
accidents happen when you startle or try to handle animals you don't know.
Make sure to stay within hoof-kicking
Horses can be
distance.
dangerous. They can step on you, or bite you, or kick you.
Or call you names.
Yet, those who know how to handle horses can be around these big
Why do they have their
animals
IQs
without
on their
being hurt.
backs?
For those who don't know how to handle them, it is best to be cautious.
You have to pair the dumb kid with the smart horse.
This horse is gentle and
The horse might be smarter than him.
But for some reason, he doesn't like this boy's petting. Watch how he tries to get the boy to stop.
Hey kid, leave me alone.
The boy doesn't understand what the horse is trying to do. Pulling on the
Use your
reins
words.
and trying to get the horse's head down to be petted is a form of teasing.
This is going to end badly for little
Teasing often
Jimmy.
leads to accidents. For teasing excites an
I love how they're just filming this. They're just like,
Excited
yeah, this will be hilarious.
And nobody's helping that kid out.
Yeah, he just got a little bite. He'll be all
Persons
right.
who know how to handle a horse well can do all sorts of things without
She's got an 80. That's not bad. That's like
Anyone
average.
skilled in handling an animal can usually do it quietly and gently, helping keep the animal calm.
Also, give it
As a
Xanax.
beginner around animals, this boy has one
Oh my
advantage.
god, not the ice cream
He is
sandwich.
not
Get that kid
afraid.
out of there.
This helps, for fear
Jesus.
excites animals.
Kid.
Good riders aren't afraid,
Oh, just eats the whole
and they
thing.
know just what their horses are doing.
63, boy. She's in the
When
slow
around
class.
animals, it is good to watch them so as to know when
The
trouble
Rottweiler's
begins.
about to take that sandwich.
This dog wants food, not petting. If the boy were to turn away now, the dog would leave. There would be no trouble if the boy watched.
I love how
and
he's just got his eyes
understood what the
fixated on
dog
that
is
sandwich.
doing. Good riders even know which foot is leading on their horses.
Bad riders
Not
close their
watching
eyes and hope for the
understanding
best.
Can lead to trouble, and trouble usually.
Yeah, he's got two dogs on him.
Either dog could knock the boy down by jumping up on him.
Let's hope so.
To know what an animal will do, you must watch it. Watch its eyes and its movements. These are better clues than sounds it makes. It is much harder.
Hey, Billy,
to
hold
calm
it
an
up.
animal
Tease the
that's
dog.
excited
I gotta make a
than
good
to keep
movie
it from
here.
getting excited in the first place.
Well, enough of that.
This is true of cats. This one is calm and lets the boy approach.
That does not look calm.
It seems to tolerate being petted.
I'm tolerating you,
And
kid.
particularly enjoys being scratched behind its ears. Many animals like
Then the
this.
kid pulls on its tail.
The boy and cat seem to be making friends.
At
But
first.
when the boy begins to pull at the cat's paw, see what happens. Teasing excites an animal, and many animals, if teased,
There you
will
go.
fight
Now we're
back.
talking. Forget it.
Exciting animals by teasing them can make many of them dangerous. Even a
What is that, a
puppy.
goat? Oh, it's a
When this
dog.
boy tries to hold the
That's
puppy
not bad.
and grabs its skin, the puppy begins to get excited. It becomes angry and
I'm
fights
excited.
Looks like it
Once
just got
angry,
its ears
back. The
clipped.
puppy strikes out even
Oh,
at the
yeah.
girl who hasn't teased it.
Yeah, I
As
hate
if
that.
to say, don't you bother me too. When the boy slaps the puppy, it turns on him again.
Good move,
Without
kid.
any
Oh, my
teasing,
God.
The boy has started a big
Again,
fight
the
with
director's
puppy.
just filming this.
Once
just
an animal
whatever.
is excited, it's hard to manage. Teasing animals almost always makes them excited and angry.
This kid's getting assaulted. The
Large,
director
excited
just keep
animal
rolling.
is not safe to be near.
He's going for the nutsack.
Yes, even an
Puppy's
excited
playing. It
puppy
doesn't
can
know
be
better.
To know what you can do with animals, you need to think about
You need to
them.
become one.
You need to watch them and understand why they do what they do.
And hope you
This
don't get
pony
trampled.
or colt are
Just
very
get
active.
trampled, yes.
Why? The pony is nervous, trying to protect her colt. Most animal
Wasn't the
lovers
guy
are
in Fall Guy
easily
named
excited.
Colt? Colt Seavers, wasn't that him?
To try to get close to her,
Sounds
you must be
familiar.
very quiet. Make no sudden movements. And try to get the pony to understand you won't harm her or her baby. Slowly, as she becomes less and less afraid, she lets the boy come very close.
She's going to trick him into
This is a good
trampling.
beginning in learning to handle animals. Handling strange dogs is much the same.
That dog is real
Don't approach
strange.
the dog. Wait.
It's like the most common
till
dog there
the
is.
dog comes near, he will feel at ease with you and let you pet him.
Yeah, right.
Let animals make friends with you is a good rule. Parrots and similar birds are beautiful, and they can be taught many things.
Like snatching out an
Their
eyeball.
beaks are too strong, their claws too powerful, and their moods too unpredictable to be handled by children.
So hands off,
Owners
kid.
can usually tell the mood the bird is in and know what can be done safely. But for most of us, birds, such as parrots,
And
can be
pterodactyls.
enjoyed much as wild animals are, by watching them rather than handling them.
Savage beast.
Oh
To
yeah,
handle
you gotta
animals
watch
that have
out.
been trained, most of us must be taught. This pony can be ridden.
But not by this
The boy
dumbass
doesn't
kid.
know the commands, nor the pony's habits. And the pony doesn't want to let him get in the saddle. Unless you know what the animal expects, few trained animals will work for
That
you
horse
at
has a
all.
lot of expectations.
This boy is even going to try to get on from the wrong side. And this will make many ponies
Maybe
and
the adults
horses
around
buck.
should help.
To learn even simple things about working a trained animal, most persons must be taught.
Persons.
You must learn what each horse is accustomed to. How it likes
I'm
to be
accustomed to
held
ice
and
cream,
touched.
kid.
Gradually, as the horse comes to know you, how your hands feel, how you move, it feels at ease with you
That
around.
boss hog.
It may even let you touch its legs or feet without being bothered. And
Lick
as
my
the horse
hooves,
comes
kid.
like a person,
I got up there. How'd you do
even
that?
a young child can be taught to ride. The horse will follow the commands of the boy because the boy has been taught how to use the reins. He is also learning to ride safely, being taught to sit in the saddle
Yeah, until the horse
and
throws
hold with
him.
his knees, and to keep alert and watch where the horse is going so as not to be hit by branches. Most of this the boy has to be taught.
He rides the horse to
As he
Disneyland.
learns it, he is finding some of the fun of being able to handle a big animal safely and well.
I did it.
As you come to know wild animals by sight,
You
and
can't
know
ride this,
beyond
kid.
question whether a snake is poisonous or not, and are sure how to handle the few wild animals it is safe to handle, and feel
You can't ride that
content to
either.
enjoy the others by watching them, if only in the
It's
zoo.
not going to stop him from trying.
I wonder if they filmed parts of this at the
If you
San
know
Diego
which
Zoo, because they said
domestic
it was in La
animals
Mesa.
you
That's
should not
close.
try to handle. And as you learn to let strange animals make friends with you, you come
Good
to
Doberman.
respect animals,
He's really putting up with
and
that.
at the same time, to feel a strong bond with them.
Where's my food?
You aren't afraid, for you understand them.
You should be.
And if you have been taught to handle a trained animal, he will understand you and may follow your command.
Or he may not.
This is fun and exciting. To be safe around animals,
Just like whatever.
is to know them, to judge what you can do with them, and to be skillful in doing it. Having a big dog willing to take your command.
All right, kid, you get
is
one of
the
those, and then I'm
test of your
biting.
skill with animals. And of course, a companion such as this
Where's the
dog
saddle?
can help you in many ways. He can even protect you, can't he?
Maybe if you stay near him.
He just took off. It's like, oh no, a snake.
All right, well, Grover Jennings, you did a hell of a job there. No kids were killed in the production of this short.
Was this shown in elementary
Ladies
schools?
and gentlemen,
Sugar jets.
You used to eat those, didn't you?
ladies and mothers,
Yeah, they
This is a
come
shopping
out like a
basket.
jet.
It's perfect to be
Come on,
filled
like-
with good food to keep the family healthy and happy.
Yeah.
So mother food
Cram your
is
kids full of
vegetable
sugar in the morning.
because they taste good and are full of vitamins. Uh-huh. And with meat, because it tastes good and it's full of vitamins
Don't put
and
meat in
protein.
your cereal.
Uh-huh. And with sugar jets, because they taste delicious and give you vitamins
This
and
is kinda
protein,
creepy.
too. They're crunchy as ice cream cones.
Kinda.
Uh-huh. And they're just sweet enough. Grand for breakfast. And
They're called
fun for
sugar
snacks.
jets. You think they'd be more than sweet
And
enough?
feel good. Sugar jets
You can
are
do a
real
handstand
food.
on one hand,
the triple
kids.
treat of sugar-toasted oats and wheat. So jet up with sugar jets.
Jet up.
They make
No
you feel
thanks.
jet
Yeah, get-
propelled.
Get all juiced up on Sugar Jets by Betty Crocker.
Sugar Jet.
Right, kids?
Oh.
Come new sugar jets. New
He's got 3 eyes. Oh, does he? Yeah.
Jet brains, planets and stars, satellites and Saturn rings. Blast off with sugar jets.
Saturn rings?
Yes. All right, Molly grows up, which we don't get an intro to, apparently.
So wait, that box of Cheerios I have is entirely Saturn rings. That's exciting. Where are they now? Monochrome Lab.
Consultants. We went through many, many consultants to get this film right. Well, at least a PhD wrote it.
Oh yes, Charles Lawrence.
Yes, well known for his directing.
I don't think the church could have held anymore. The whole church was lighted with candles. First wedding I've ever been to. And golly, you should have seen the bride. She had the most beautiful
Who are
dress
you?
I've ever seen.
She was covered
Oh,
in
like that.
ravens.
Come on,
Covered in
stay
ravens.
Cool. Coming, Peggy. I better go now. Bye.
I think that's Peggy Carter.
Who was that strange young girl?
Certainly growing up.
I wonder who she is.
Where are we now? University of Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Hi, Miss Jensen.
Good morning, girl.
She has like an otherworldly
How's your throat
voice.
this morning, Molly?
Oh, just fine. It doesn't hurt at all anymore.
Well, you'd better stop by my office and let me take a look at it. It won't take a minute.
Okay.
She got a swabber.
Okay, Molly, let's take a look.
Let's take a look at that chlamydia.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
that's
those cold
very
sores are looking
fine.
great.
Going to the game tonight?
Oh, sure.
Parcheesi?
Will you please let someone else do the cheering for you? Because that throat is still slightly inflamed.
Okay, I'll be careful.
Oh, by the way, Molly,
Hope you're dead.
your mother left her gloves over at my house last night. Will you take them to her?
Sure, she's always wearing them.
What was she doing at your house and taking her gloves
Okay.
off?
Better that you don't ask.
Dear Mrs. Lawrence.
Dear Penthouse Forum.
Your daughter stopped by. What?
You know,
Oh,
I've
my
known
God.
Molly and her family
breaking the
ever
fourth
since she
wall.
first came to school. And I think you might like to know her, too.
Oh,
If
yeah.
only she didn't have the chlamydia.
Molly lives at home with her father,
Son of a bitch!
her mother, and her older sister, Jeannie.
Older sister, who's 30.
Say your parents look like they're in their 60s.
Right.
Jeannie and Molly each have their own rooms.
Thank goodness.
But lately, it seems that Molly is more interested in Jeannie's room than her own. Molly and Jeannie get along, well, about as most sisters
Jeannie,
do.
how do you do a duck face?
Molly,
Stop eating my lipstick.
what do you think you're doing? Nothing, Jeannie. I just happened to come in and...
I just fell into your lipstick.
Honestly, Molly, how many times have I asked you to leave my things alone? Well, all I was doing was just... You didn't get all the lipstick off either.
It's all over your dress.
Oh, I wasn't going to hurt those old things. I just wanted to try them. Well, why don't you ask Mom for some things of your own? You're old enough. Oh.
I mean, you gotta be pushing 20, right? What is that?
Madness.
Madness. Madness tampons.
Jeannie, when do you think I'll start having periods, too? Oh, I don't know. Pretty soon,
You're -4?
I was 13 when I started. Well, Peggy's already started hers, and I'm 6 months older than she is. Well, so what? Some start earlier and some later. We're all different.
It's kind of
From
random.
the way you've been acting lately. Shouldn't be long now.
What does that mean?
I don't want to say.
One day, not long after that,
She started bleeding
Molly
like a
came
stuck
home
pig.
from school.
What's her name? Kathy?
Who? The daughter?
Yeah.
Molly.
Molly?
Molly?
Yeah.
Can't keep up.
I think it's young Molly Ringwald.
Hi, what kind of a day did you have today?
Mom,
It sucked.
guess what?
I don't know. What?
Mom, I started my first period.
Oh, was that homeroom?
Well, what do you know? Come on, sit down. Tell me about
Maybe
it.
we should wipe up.
When did it start?
Well, it was this afternoon when I was changing into my gym clothes, and I noticed a bit of blood on my panties, and Golly, at first I thought, well, I didn't know what to think. And then I remembered when we talked about menstruation.
Remember when that happened to you, Sean?
Well, then I went to see Miss
I do.
Jensen.
I was also in gym class.
How do you feel?
Wonderful.
Kind of funny like. I mean, well, I was hoping
Not
it would
funny
start
ha-ha,
tonight.
but funny
It seems
strange.
like I've forgotten everything.
This is
you
what
told
being
me.
a woman is like. I don't like
I
it.
tell you what we'll do. Tonight will be mother and daughter conference.
Uh-oh.
And if you'll give me a hand with supper, we'll get started that much earlier.
Let's have a look at those
Okay, I'll walk
panties.
up to you right there.
Golly.
Okay.
All right, Betty Crocker.
Not at all before you're quite used
That might be Betty Crocker.
You see, honey, menstruation is perfectly normal. It happens every month.
Just like the rent.
But
So
why
get
is
used to
Mom
it.
gone?
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of which, you're going to start paying rent.
Of course, right at first you probably won't be very regular. Most girls don't settle down for a year or
I'm
so.
quite irregular.
Even then, some girls go more than a month between periods and others less. That's normal, too.
Try not to bleed on the
Eventually, your
couch
body
if
will
you...
set up its own regular time. Please sit up, Molly.
Oh, Mom, I'm comfortable.
Well, if
But
you
I'm not
sit and
comfortable
stand
with you.
straight, that'll give the organs inside your body room to
Oh,
function better.
jeez.
What?
That'll make you feel better.
Not a medical doctor.
I'll get it. That's probably Peggy.
Remember, it had like 8 consultants.
Yes, that's true. They're all
Hello?
fighting over the script.
Oh, hi, Peggy. Sure. Just
They were
a minute,
probably all in
I'll
one
ask.
smoke-filled room. They're probably all men,
Can I
too, by the
just
way.
visit Peggy tomorrow after school?
I'll have to go back and look.
Would, Molly.
But I'd be home by 5:30.
A.M.
No, it's not a good idea the first 2 or 3 days of your period. You might get chills and catch cold.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
You might get chills.
Peggy,
Might
of
get
course
chills.
I can't go through.
In thrills
You
and
know I've got
spills.
the curse. That's right. It isn't a good idea the first couple of days.
Yeah, I know. I already had mine.
Bye.
Wow, she's telling her friends.
Yeah.
Good heavens, Molly, you're growing like a weed. I'm going to have to
I'm
let
gonna have
that
to
hem
smoke
down
you.
again. Come on, I'll do it right now. Okay.
Shit.
What is she doing? Altering her clothes?
Yeah, for the period, you know, you have to alter.
You know, I've often wondered why it is that some women still call menstruation the curse.
I don't know.
Maybe because a witch
Peggy
gave it
calls
to me.
that. And it is kind of a nuisance, isn't it?
I suppose it is sometimes. Just that it sounded sort of old-fashioned.
Well, what's going on here?
What are you two up to?
Oh.
No, period. Never mind. I'll see myself out.
Not bad.
God, he is 60. Look at this guy.
Nothing wrong with our aerial, though. We ought to be getting a better picture than that.
Maybe you should try turning it
What
on.
was all the talk about in here?
That's Steve McQueen, isn't
Private
it?
conference?
Yes.
No, I don't think so. Do you, Molly?
No, I guess not. You tell him.
Well, Jim, Molly's
Her
growing
dress
up.
matches
She's
the
having
curtains.
First menstrual period.
What? Already?
I didn't allow that.
But Alice, I thought... Well, I mean, after all, she's
Oh,
only...
Daddy, don't be so silly. I'm not
How
a
old is she?
baby anymore.
I know, dear, but...
Well, that actress is like 18, but...
No.
But her
No,
sister's
honey,
30, so...
Guess you are.
Growing up is fun,
Oh, yeah.
but some of the things Molly used to do seem a little silly now.
I'm so silly.
Sometimes she gets all mixed up just thinking about it.
Can't believe I
changing
ever
from
swung on a
child
swing.
to an adult, and it's a little confusing at
I'm
times.
confused.
Molly had lots of questions about what was happening to her. It so happened I had a chance to answer some of them. Her teacher was sick one day and asked me to take her class.
Her teacher also had chlamydia.
And this is true of women everywhere. So you see, menstruation is just the
What on
natural,
earth?
normal
What's that thing
process
on the left?
leading up to being a mother. This is a diagram of the
That's a
uterus or
profile.
womb.
Like that I got,
And
but
these are the
Of a
fallopian
hip.
tubes leading to it.
this is a big
And these
Cthulhu
the
monster.
ovaries which produce the egg cells.
I thought it was a
Now these
ram.
egg cells are far too small for us to see. But once each
Actual
month,
size.
an egg cell will leave one of the ovaries, go into the opening of the tube nearest to it. And then it's on its way to the uterus.
Whee!
Now, at the same time, the uterus has been preparing a growing place for this egg, a soft lining of blood vessels and tissues.
Ew.
If the egg unites with a male cell or sperm as it's on its way down the tube, it is fertilized. And then when it reaches the uterus, it settles down in this soft lining and begins to grow into a baby.
Just like that.
You missed something.
But if the egg cell is not fertilized, it disappears.
Explain the fertilization process.
Yes. I think we're missing a big piece of this.
Since the lining is no longer needed, it too dissolves away.
Bye!
It doesn't really disappear.
And it flows out of the body through an opening in the hymen, which is a membrane over the opening of the vagina. And so we say that we are menstruating. Yes, Barbara?
Miss Jensen, when does menstruation start?
Well, some girls start when they're 10 years old, and some when they're 16 or 17, or anywhere in between.
Or 30.
But the average age seems to be about 13.
When does it stop?
No, I mean what day of the week will it start? My mother starts on Tuesday. Will mine too?
Oh, it might, but it probably won't. Because each girl's body sets up her own time.
It tries to be as inconvenient as possible.
And the time between periods may vary anywhere from 23 to 32 days. And the flow lasts from 2 to 7 days, also depending on the girl's own rhythm.
Flow.
Miss
Ant
Jensen,
flow.
how often should you change napkins when you're menstruating?
Well, that depends on the amount of flow, but probably 5 or 6 times a day.
I think they have like little napkin rings on it.
Point. Many of you girls haven't started to menstruate yet, but when you do, you will
Yeah, I
want to
think
use
that's a side
sanitary
profile with that.
napkin to
I don't know what that
absorb
is.
flow. It's a soft, absorbent pad,
She's gonna show
and it's
her.
made to fit over the opening of the vagina
yes.
and to follow the curve of the body.
Is that my arm? What is that?
The tab ends are attached to a narrow elastic
Oh my
belt,
God.
which you can wear around your hips
A
or
belt.
waist. Now, some girls prefer to use tampons. A tampon is a cylinder of absorbent cotton inside a cardboard
Surprised you
applicator.
didn't go tampon.
It is inserted into the vagina by means of the
Oh,
applicator.
Lord. It's like a toothbrush. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
The cotton absorbs the flow, and when it is full, you remove it
See,
and
I
discard
never
it.
learned any of this stuff in school.
Yes,
no,
Molly?
me neither.
Miss Jensen, is it true that people can tell when you're menstruating?
Well, they can smell
No,
it, yes.
it isn't. But you should be more careful than ever about personal cleanliness and daintiness.
And dinking.
Change your underwear more often, and be sure and use a deodorant.
And try not to
Pay
bend
more attention
over.
to your hair and your nails, and plan to wear your prettiest dress. In other words, be your most attractive self.
Yes.
And remember,
No one likes a hideous
menstruation is
woman
only
on
a
her
part of
period.
growing up. As you grow, your body changes from that of a young girl to that of a woman. It's becoming round.
And then you
with
turn
the
into an
beginnings of
old
a
crone
bosom
like me.
and the start of a real waistline and hips. And hair is beginning to
A
grow in
real
different
waistline and
places.
hips,
Pubic
not
hair
those pathetic
and
waistline and
underarm
hips
hair.
you have.
No. It was
Yes, Anne.
unacceptable.
Miss Jensen, what about dancing? Can you when you're menstruating?
Absolutely
Yes, you
not.
can, with moderation. In fact, you can do
I like
most
that.
of the things you usually
There we go.
do.
I need that
Skating.
You
sign.
can bathe or shower as long as you use warm water.
Play fast
You can wash your
games.
hair.
Like
Be
Jenga?
sure to
Is that a
dry it
fast
quickly.
game?
And you can swim if you wait until after 2 or 3 days
Is
after
rugby
the
a
beginning of your
fast
period.
game?
And you can go to dances and
It is.
picnics. But it's not a very good idea to skate or
Well,
ride
it never
horseback
is.
or play fast games like volleyball
Square
and
dance.
basketball or do strenuous dancing like square
What
dancing.
about the lambada?
Or anything that bounces you around a lot. In general, mild exercises are best. Ones that strengthen the abdominal muscles are particularly good. It's sensible to avoid strenuous
Like
exercise
you do
when you're
Pilates.
menstruating. And you'll be sure and tell your mother or me if
I
everything
don't think they had
doesn't seem to be
Pilates
just
back
right.
then.
Now, I'd like each of you to take one of these booklets about menstruation. And when you finish
It's written
reading
by
it, if you
men,
have
by
any
the way.
questions, be sure and come and see me.
Should have just started with the booklet.
And remember,
Why did I have to hear that whole lecture?
menstruation is as normal and natural as eating or breathing or sleeping.
Or smoking weed. Or passing out. Who's this?
Soon, Molly will be a
Oh,
young
that's
woman
the
like
boyfriend.
Jeannie,
Okay.
That's
having
her,
dates,
a room full of suitors.
going to
Yep.
dances,
They're all lined up in the
romantic
living room.
and making new and important friends. There are so many wonderful things.
I wish I
to
had a
look forward to.
boyfriend. He's so dreamy.
Growing up. It's an exciting time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, wait till you hit your goth period, Chick.
It's coming up.
Should be listening to the Smiths and the Cure and everything. Hating everything. The
It's
end.
out. San Francisco, New York.
All right, well, that was Safety with Animals and Molly Grows Up. What'd you think?
That was great. I learned a lot.
Yes, I'm sure you did. Well, I want to thank Sean for joining us on this episode of Two Drunk Guys Watch. And until next time, keep things interesting.